Hello everyone, this is Abigail Barella with Sparkle and Shine Guidance, and I wanted to talk to you today about the lunar eclipse that is on this Sunday night if you are in Pacific Standard Time. It's late in the evening, 9 something p.m. if you are on West Coast time. If you are on East Coast time, it's into the next day because it's at midnight. So depending on where you are, this is happening, and we are definitely in the energy of the eclipse. So whenever we have a total lunar eclipse, we have a full moon, and this full moon is in Leo, and the sun will have just been newly into Aquarius. So we have this opposition of Aquarius sun, Leo moon, and this is the last eclipse that we will have in the Aquarius, Leo Aquarius zodiac sign until 2026. So this is big, especially if you have a lot of Aquarian or Leo energy in your chart, then you're going to be experiencing this particular eclipse a lot more strongly. Likewise, if you have any cardinal energy, there's a lot of cardinal energy out there right now, and so that energy will also be out there. And cardinal energy is Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. So if you have anything in those signs. And then we also have this interesting, so you might be feeling this eclipse more if you have any of those. And you want to know where 0 degrees of Leo is in your chart. And if you have anything there, also 0 degrees of Aquarius or around there. And the axis point of Leo is about individual creativity, expression, courageousness, the lion's heart kind of thing. And the axis of Aquarius is all about the outer community and really making sure that we're taking care of all humans. And it's not about so much, even though it does have this flair of individuality, it's how does that help when we're all individuals? How does that help the community? So there's a lot of relationship stuff that could come up with this eclipse. And like I said, it's the last eclipse in these two signs till 2026. So you definitely want to see what things are coming up for you, what people are coming back into your life, what new people are coming into your life. Whoever comes in at the eclipse, you want to be also cautious, but it typically is a sign that there is some kind of soul contract or soul agreement or soul family aspect to the relationship. That doesn't mean you should just dive in. There's a lot in the astrology that's saying to be really cautious about things moving quickly or things changing really quickly. And that would be Uranus. So there's a square to Uranus from this eclipse. Now, when I talk about it being a total solar eclipse, the nodes of the moon are still in Cancer, Capricorn. But since it's right, the date that it happens, that the full moon is, it means that the sun has just newly moved into Aquarius. And so we consider an eclipse to be within 10 degrees of the nodes. So this is a north node eclipse. It's within 10 degrees of the north node in 0 degrees of Leo. We have the nodes of the moon at 26 degrees of Cancer, Capricorn, okay? So, so even though it's a Cancer, Capricorn, it has that Cancerian, very familial and looking at your roots influence, but it's about your personal expression and what needs to be dropped from the tribe mentality, what needs to be dropped from the way that you think about how you function within the community, and how to, since it's a north node in Leo, how to leave behind past belief systems about what the community needs versus what you need. What we know to be true is that when we are taking care of ourselves, that helps others to take care of themselves. So it's really influencing us in that way. Okay, so we have this square not only to Uranus from this full moon, but Uranus is also squaring Mercury, and Mercury is about our communication. So we really want to be cautious about the way that we use our words in the next week and who we're using our words with, and that our minds might change a lot in the next week. So it's a good time to really do a lot of writing, processing, talking things out with a trusted person before you go have big conversations, because a lot of things can be said that can't be taken back. Even though your mind might change and you might say, oh, actually, I feel this differently now. It doesn't matter, right? So we want to be really cautious about our words. Okay, so that's a challenging, whenever there's a square, it's a challenge. There's a challenging aspect about this full moon eclipse. Okay, and a full moon eclipse on its own is pretty intense. It has to do with our relationships, and it's something coming into consciousness that needs to be cleared out, moved out. You can feel, I can feel at a full moon eclipse, the energy being purged out, and it's pretty powerful, pretty amazing stuff if you're using it appropriately. Okay, and then we have this beautiful trine from Mars in Aries to Venus in Sagittarius. This is super powerful because Mars rules Aries, and it's in Aries, so it's double masculine, double ruled by the masculine, and double fire. So when we have this trine from Sagittarius and Venus to Mars in Aries, that's a lot of fire, and fire is transformation. Not only that, but like I said, this full moon eclipse is in Leo, and that's the other fire. So even though it doesn't set up, I was like, ooh, it'd be so cool if it was set up to be a grand fire trine. I love that energy because it's just so transformative. However, with all of this fire, it's really showing us what needs to be burned off, transformed, transcended, like the phoenix rising, so that we can soar into 2019, okay? So we have that happening, and then we have this interesting, Jupiter is in Sagittarius as well. And you probably heard me talk about this. I've talked about it a lot, so if you check out my other videos, I talk about it more, but there's a square from Jupiter in Sagittarius to Neptune. Are you kidding me? To Neptune in Pisces. So this square is still happening at the eclipse. It's going to happen 3 times this year, now, in June, and then in September. And really what that is showing us is wherever those fall for you, so wherever Sagittarius is in your chart and wherever Pisces is in your wheel chart, whatever number house they're in, it's going to show you where you're being called to expand and called to get in alignment with your spirituality, with your spiritual beliefs, and walk your talk. So it's really a time to really notice what came up for you this week and is going to come up for you at the eclipse. And that's going to give you some meaning to unfold for the rest of the year. So we have that happening. And then like all these things happening, but really the biggest thing is that this total lunar eclipse is the last one to happen till 2026. So you really want to look at themes that come up for you, how far you've come these last 2 years, and what's been shown to you that you need to finally clear out in order to live your purpose. Leo is all about living the purpose, living from the heart, and really being courageous and creative. And so wherever you aren't doing that, wherever you've struggled to do that because of groupthink, because of group mentality, because of your family, because of your community, whatever it is, you're really being pushed to purge. The push to purge, that's what I'm going to call this. And it's really inviting you to look at where you can step up and step in. And so look at where 0 degrees of Leo is in your chart. And it's going to give you great information for how to work with this energy. And also look to where your Sagittarius and your Pisces houses are, okay? And if you have any questions or you want to work with me, it's a great time to get a chart reading, and you can schedule that on my website, abigailbarella.com. I'll put all the info below. I also have astrology school, so if you're interested in studying astrology more, I have Sparkle and Shine Astrology School, and all that info is also on my webpage. So I hope you guys have a beautiful week, and remember that whatever's coming up for you is really asking you to look at so that you can clear out. And we can't ignore anymore whatever the themes are that have been coming up. And it's better to just look at them head on and clear them out. So the push to purge is here. And definitely be cautious and careful moving around the world when you're driving, when you're walking. And if you're doing any adventure sports, just be extra cautious, because whenever we have a square to Uranus at a total lunar eclipse, we want to move a little slower. Okay? Everything's moving so fast. It's good to slow it down. Have a great day.